upon entering this video, you may already be drawn to a certain group of cards. And if so, then that is the group of cards for your reading. But if not, go ahead and take a few moments now to center in your energy as I welcome you in here. So, taking a deep breath in and out. Continuing to breathe deeply, keeping in mind the intention of your future girlfriend, future relationship, and just looking to the cards here and seeing which one you feel is drawing you in the most. So hello everyone, welcome in. I'm Venus, and as you all know by the title, this is a pick a card reading for your future girlfriend. We are going to be looking into what they're going to be like. So go ahead and pick your group of cards if you haven't already. If you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. But without further hesitation, we're just going to jump right in, starting over here with group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. And we're going to start group number 1. Alrighty, and welcome into those of you who chose group number 1 for your reading. So this first card we have here is a Goddess and Siren card. It is going to show us a deity that shares the same aspects, the same traits, the same likeness, the same energy as your incoming girlfriend. So we have here for you the one and only Persephone. So one of my favorite goddesses, she is the Greek goddess Persephone, goddess of spring, maiden of spring, and goddess of the underworld. So a little bit about Persephone for those of you who are unfamiliar with her lore. She was taken by the Greek god Hades. He was the god of the underworld. He was handed the underworld when he drew lots with his brothers, Zeus and Poseidon, and he fancied this maiden and took her into the underworld, and there Persephone then consumed the pomegranate seeds, and it is said that when you consume the food of the underworld, you are eventually unable to leave. You are essentially trapped there. So Persephone would then have to stay in the underworld. There's a lot of confusion over whether or not Persephone was willing, or whether she wasn't willing, whether she liked Hades, whether she didn't like Hades. In my humble and positive opinion, I would like to believe that they did indeed like each other, and that she did indeed willingly take these seeds from the underworld. So, though she was destined for the underworld and trapped there, every few months the goddess Hecate, I'm not too sure how you say that, meets her with a flaming torch in hand and guides her back out of the underworld, because Zeus came up with a compromise, because Demeter was goddess of harvest, turning the entire world to ash and creating the land barren, because she wanted her daughter back. So Zeus made a compromise. Persephone would stay with Hades for half of the year and be with her mother the other half of the year, and thus that's why we have spring, winter, that's the season. So Persephone is a story of cycles. So Persephone is the maiden of spring. Yes, she has this purity and innocence about her, but she is also, there's a lot of Scorpio energy, and it's the divine feminine Scorpio energy. So it's this energy of transformation. Your future lady is going to be one who has probably endured a lot, or knows a lot. She knows a lot about the metaphorical underworld of our existence. She knows a lot of deepness, a lot of depth to her. She sees it in other people. She can kind of read you like a book, though she has sort of this air of innocence and purity, but do not mistaken it for the power and sort of dark energy. It's not negative, but it is dark energy kind of simmering underneath. So she knows transformation, she knows hardship. She probably has to have had evolved in her life over and over again and sort of had to endure a lot of things. So this is Goddess Persephone. Feel free to read a bit more about her to get a bit more of an idea. The next card we have describing your future girl is, we have this form of daisy. Now this daisy is all about purity, cheerfulness, and innocence. And the quote on this card says, "The present moment is filled with joy and happiness. If you are attentive, you will see it." So it's very much a beautiful duality we have going on here. Yes, she is this goddess of the underworld, but at the same time, she is very pure and cheerful and innocent and very sweet. She seems like a sweetheart. She seems like someone who is this pure ray of light, but who has also been dealt a lot in life. And so she is familiar once again with the darker aspects, but there is definitely a lightheartedness and a pure, youthful, light energy surrounding her. Now we also have here a spirit animal card, and we have the card of the hawk. So she is very watchful and perceptive, I should say. She is all-seeing, and the hawks are also known as messengers of divinity. So your girl may have a bit of a psychic power or just intuition. She may be very intuitive, very enlightened. She may always know what you are thinking and feeling. These people are very intuitive, these hawk spirit energy type people. So they can see things clearly, they can see past the bullshit, they can read you like a book. Don't even try lying to this person because they can read you. And they're also very intuitive and innovative. They kind of have a different way of thinking. They may not conform to the rest of the world's point of view. They're very unique. And this person at the worst may sometimes be a bit suspicious or a bit, overwhelmed with how much they know of the world. They may know too much that it could get the best of them. They may have too much information that it can kind of eat them alive, but at the same time, they are able to handle it. And the reason why I'm saying is that they might know too much is because, again, we have this Persephone archetype, all about the underworld, all about the unseen. So either this person has seen some things that you know isn't really your everyday type of thing, or if they've been through some things, or they just know some things. And then last but not least, we have here the card of beauty. Grace, loveliness, integrity of form and spirit. All of these aspects and qualities are going to be found in your future girlfriend. So she is going to be very beautiful, very graceful, very lovely, and integrity of form and spirit. She's going to be almost noble, almost pristine, and just very reverent, is that the word? She has an air of reverence around her. It's this air of holiness almost around her. She is definitely coming across as someone, she's definitely coming across as the goddess Persephone, to put it obviously. Any more obvious it can be, just because of, we have like the innocence going on here, and we have this beauty and grace and loveliness, but we also have, again, these scorpionic energies. So I highly recommend to look into the goddess Persephone, look into her story, because she is definitely coming across as very much relating or having a likeness to this goddess with all of these cards in conjunction. So anyways, yeah, she's going to be very beautiful, very graceful, very lovely. She's going to walk like a breath of fresh air. She reminds me of I believe it's Daisy from The Great Gatsby. She's the woman that everyone kind of turns to, everyone kind of almost is afraid to touch because just how pure and beautiful she is. No one wants to ruin her, right? So this is how she's coming across. Hopefully you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please leave me a like, a comment, maybe even subscribe. But if not, completely okay. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Alrighty, and welcome into those of you who chose group number 2 for your reading. So, right here we have a goddess and deity card. This card is going to illuminate a certain goddess, deity, siren that will have the same likeness, the same traits, sort of the same story or personality, sort of kin to your future girlfriend. So we have for you the goddess of, so we have the Greek goddess Hecate. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I do not know if that is the correct pronunciation, and I apologize. But she is, I believe, a Greek goddess, and she is the goddess in this card being described as illumination. So I'm going to go ahead and read a bit about her just for those of you who may not know her story. It's very important to share the story. So she is the Greek goddess. She is one of the most mysterious of all Greek goddesses, one of the most loved and feared. So off the bat, we have the traits of mystery coming through, and one of when you think of someone who is loved and feared, you think of a very grand or great ruler. A ruler is someone who can be both loved by their people, but also, in a way, there is a line that you can cross. There is a sort of respect and a sort of fear surrounding crossing that line. So said to be the daughter of the Titans Perseus of destruction and Asteria's stars. She is the goddess of witches, night, and illumination. So right away, your future girlfriend could, right off the bat, be a witch, but she could also maybe not identify or label as such, but she could have some psychic or intuitive powers. Maybe she doesn't really know it quite well, but it is there. She may be very intuitive, very psychic, very clairvoyant, having these otherworldly instincts and otherworldly traits and powers almost. So perhaps one of the most famous stories featuring this goddess is that of the Greek goddess Persephone and her abduction. So this goddess actually leads Persephone out of the underworld with a flaming torch. So every year she descends to the underworld, searches for Persephone, and leads her out. So she is a goddess of the dark underworld, and also, paradoxically, is a torchbearer who brings light into the same darkness. She illuminates the darkest pathways, and she is a magnetic goddess who invites you to travel the shadows with her, but only under wise guidance. So, many modern people honor her. Those who wish to learn more about witchcraft also honor her as well and pray to her and seek her assistance. So she is the goddess of illumination in this book. And so she is not afraid. This is a person who is not going to be afraid of the dark. This is a person who is not going to be afraid of facing demons, facing your darknesses, facing your shadow, and facing her own shadow. In fact, she willingly goes into the underworld. She retrieves Persephone. I love this metaphor. She retrieves Persephone, who is originally a goddess of spring. Spring is growth, spring is light, spring is youth and beauty and innocence. She goes into the darkness and retrieves this energetic compound. This is the energy of youth. She's metaphorically retrieving these energies, these traits from the darkness and pulling it out and bringing it out into the world again. So in a way, she can possibly, your future girlfriend, be doing this with you. She can show you your own darkness, illuminate it for you, and show you the good within you. She is also someone who will be there for you at your hardest time. She definitely is the light in the dark. She is the star in the sky that keeps you company. She's almost like the moon, except every now and then the moon's light does disappear. So a star is a better metaphor to put it. She is the never-ending twinkling light up in the sky. So this is a woman who's definitely going to accept your darkness, accept her own darkness, and show you that, you know, it is a duality and it's not at all that bad. And she's going to love every inch of you, no matter, you know, who you are, what you are, where you've come from, what you've been through. And she's going to bring a lot of light into your life. We also have here the card Esther's, I believe that's how you pronounce it. And this card is all about elegance and patience. And the quote on this card says, "Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished." So she is going to be a very, very patient woman. She is very elegant in disposition as well. She will have immense patience for you, for others, for the world. And she always carries herself with an air of elegance. So this is reminding me a lot of the zodiac sign Libra and Taurus, just because they're ruled by Venus, which is in some mythos and mythologies, Venus is said to represent the Babylonian goddess, I believe. I can't remember her name. It starts with an I, but many people associate her with, one, the goddess of the underworld, but also this goddess of light. And so Venus every few years goes into retrograde, and it is the descent of Venus into the underworld in a way. So that is another mythos story, but you're not here to hear all that. So anyways, we have the card of the beaver. The beaver, she's gonna have this is a spirit animal card. This is a personality trait again of the beaver. So she's hardworking, loyal, tireless, and she puts her family first, okay? She's also very happy when she's working. The beaver personality is someone who is really good-natured and dependable, and they have infinite love for the people close to them. It's hard for them to initiate projects, but once they get started, they are definitely going to work tirelessly to get it done, and they do get it done. And they are home builders, as beavers are, literally, but they are also home builders, so they can make any place feel like home. They can make any place feel cozy and nice. So that is also another trait we've got going on. And then we have here the card of yearning. So this card says, longing for someone, undesired separation, and pining. So this girl, this future girlfriend of yours, may have actually liked you for a long time now, and she's just been, once again, this patience card is coming out, keeping at it, waiting for her chance, perhaps waiting for you. I'm getting the feeling waiting for you to work through your own hardships and your own struggles, and waiting for you to come out of your own darkness. But at the same time, this could also just be a person who has yearned for you or dreamt of you, or has longed for someone like you before you've met, you know, her perfect person. When picturing it has been you, and she's been wishing for someone like you since before you guys have met. So that's another thing that card could mean. So anyways, this was your reading. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you liked this. If you did, please leave me a like, a comment, maybe even subscribe. I do apologize for all my stuttering and inability to pronounce some of these words. But hopefully you will give me a pass. But anyways, thank you guys once again so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, you know the drill, but if not, go ahead, it's fine, don't have to leave me anything. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye! Alrighty, and welcome in to those of you who chose group number 3 for your reading. So the first card we have here is a Goddesses and Sirens card. This card is going to illuminate a certain goddess or deity that shares traits, aspects, likenesses, perhaps even a story with your incoming future girlfriend. So we have for you, we have the cards of Sirens. So this card represents temptation. So I'm going to go ahead and read a little bit about the Sirens for those of you who are unfamiliar with the myth or mythos or story behind them. So let's see. So it says, the Sirens were originally 3 young companions of the goddess Persephone. They played games with Persephone and sang to her with their sweet voices until she disappeared. Frightened and unsure about what happened, they were enlisted by Persephone's grieving mother Demeter, who gave them wings and the bodies of birds so that they could travel around the world more easily to find their friend. They couldn't find her and eventually grew weary of their mission and landed onto a flowery island. So, some versions of the myth state that Demeter became angry at the way they gave up looking for Persephone, and not only did she not change them back into the maidens that they were, but she also cursed them so that anyone who heard their song would be lured to them, and the Sirens would have the urge to kill the person. So these lovely yet deadly women sat on the cliffs by the sea, singing their dangerous songs, luring any man who happened to hear them to his death. So, later versions of the Sirens, as we all may be more familiar with, depict them as mermaids with complete fishtails. So the word siren has come to mean a woman who is extremely tempting, or one who draws men irresistibly towards her, and siren song refers to an attraction that is almost impossible to resist, and if heeded will often end badly. So there we have it. Your lady, your future incoming girl, is going to be very tempting, very irresistible, very desirable traits that we have going on here. So this may mean that she's going to be extremely gorgeous, extremely drop-dead beautiful, and just overall there may be an air about her that is irresistible, an air about her that is overly charming and just very tempting. We also have here a flower card, and this flower represents playfulness. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce this flower, but here it is for all of you who are curious. Now, this card reads, "Play is the royal road to childhood, happiness, and adult brilliance." And that quote is by Joseph Chilton Pierce. So, playfulness. Your future girlfriend is going to be very playful, very youthful at heart, very joyful. Of course, on top of being... It's a strange, not strange, it is a beautiful duality. It is a unique duality that we don't often see. Someone oozing with this almost sexual energy, this very feminine, womanly, divine, irresistibly, scrumptious type of energy, but then we also have this youthful, playful, childlike innocence, childlike humor coming through. So she sounds like she is going to be a bit mischievous, very playful, very childlike at heart. She may just have this sort of youthful energy to her. Now we also have here the spirit animal card, and boy are you in for it. So we have the card of the dragon. This is the spirit animal representing her, and this one is this is a spirit card. This is the spirit element. So right off the bat, she may be very intuitive, very at home or in tune with just the universe, with source energy, very enlightened. Now, dragon energy is all about seeing one's most true self and balancing the ego. So this girl can probably see right through you, and there's no hiding from her. No hiding at all. You cannot lie to her. Now, what the book says about this dragon energy, and I'll read a bit about it, because it is a spirit / ether card, it doesn't really give a full description. It's very vague and it's up to your own interpretation. So I will read a bit of a snippet for you. The power of the dragon breathes transformative fire into every cell of our body. Witnessing this omnipotent energy, even for a brief moment, helps us surrender and let go. We let the dragon guide us, we hop on its back for a ride, and as we traverse even the most difficult terrain, the dragon's eyes see beauty everywhere. Okay, so really beautiful. I'm getting this picture of this girl. She sounds she sounds like a whirlwind. She sounds like she is going to literally shake up your world. It's gonna sound like a roller coaster ride, and not a bad one. It's going to be a great one. She sounds thrilling. She sounds amazing. She's going to help you through your fears, through your hardships, through your struggles, and she's going to sort of push you out of your comfort zone. She does sound like a bit of a wild card. When I hear these descriptions, I'm getting sort of fire sign energy, and as well as some sort of a bit of Plutonian energy, a bit of Venetian energy, Venus energy. So definitely a mixture. She does sound like a wild card. She sounds like someone who enjoys traveling, enjoys just having fun, enjoys kind of going where the universe takes her. She really, once again, is in flow and kind of trusts the process and kind of just does whatever you want, what she wants. You cannot tell her what to do. She will not listen. That's another thing. She doesn't sound like the type of person to take orders from anyone. So she will do what she wants to do, but she does have this dragon energy to her, so very fierce, very warm and comforting as well, but definitely like protector energy, ascension energy, transformative energy. Definitely sounding like a wild card. So we also have here the card of Sanctuary. This card reads, privacy, personal space, respected boundaries, and taboos. So with this woman, you are allowed to explore taboo topics, explore taboos, explore your darknesses, and explore your depth. She's going to feel like your safe space. She's going to feel like your sanctuary, like your foundation. This is the person that you can go to and feel like she's never going to reject you or think you too weird or tell you not to do a certain thing or speak a certain way, because yes, you cannot control her, you can't tell her what to do, but she's going to be the same way with you. She's not going to tell you what to do. She's not going to have a certain distaste for how you act or how you behave or how you think. She's going to accept you wholeheartedly, and you are going to feel that, and she's definitely going to feel like a safe space, like a safe haven for you. So that was your girl. Hopefully you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please leave me a like, a comment, maybe even subscribe. But if not, completely okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. If not, thank you. It's fine. But anyways, thank you once again. I will see you guys next time. I wish you the best of luck in love and life. Bye! And hello to those of you who chose the last group of cards for your reading. So we have here a goddess and siren card. This is going to show us a goddess or deity that has the same likeness, has the same traits, personality, story, energy as your future girlfriend. So we have for you, we have, I believe, hopefully I'm pronouncing it right, this is Oya or Oya. I'm going to go with Oya. I do apologize if I butchered this. And in this deck, she is representative of power. So this was an unfamiliar goddess to me. I'm going to read a bit about it because for some of you, it may also be more likely than not unfamiliar. So she is the mighty Oya, the Yoruban horned goddess of power, directing storms like a conductor of the orchestra. She is the wife of Shango, the storm god, and Oya is a force of nature. She clears the way for new growth, destroys what is not needed, and is a rainmaker, creating rivers and new paths forward. She does not bring change gently. She brings it with great power and action. Now, she may come into your life when you most need change but are seemingly unable to invoke it yourself. Okay, so she helps make necessary changes that may be difficult. So it doesn't really talk much about her story, except that she is a stormbringer. So we have here the goddess Oya. So your future girlfriend may very well be extremely powerful, that's a given, extremely fierce, and she may push you out of your boundaries, out of your comfort zone. If there is something you've been wanting to do, she is going to be the one to pull you and push you to do it. She's definitely going, she sounds very ambitious, and she sounds like she's going to take you along on that ambitious ride. And the lighting did get dark all of a sudden. I don't know why, foreshadowing maybe, but I do apologize for the lighting. But anyways, she does sound like someone who is not a force to be messed with. She will bring change into your life, and she does sound like a whirlwind, but as your girlfriend, as your future girlfriend, she does sound like someone of words, Venus. She does sound like someone who is going to change your life and bring it a whole 180. It's like meeting her is going to kind of turn your entire life around and show you a new perspective. And boy, has it gotten dark. I'm gonna turn on the light. Give me one moment. Hopefully that made things a bit better. I did try to turn on the light, but I hardly think it did anything. But anyways, on to your reading. We also have here the Magnolia flower. So this flower represents her, and this flower is a symbol for nobility and self-esteem. The quote on this flower reads, "There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow men. True nobility lies in being superior to your future self." And that is by Ernest Hemingway. So right off the bat, she is also going to be someone who has a good sense of self, someone who is very noble, and someone who does not back down on their does not back down on their word, not world. Someone who does not kind of give up their moral or ethic code. They're very strong-minded, and they're always going to stick to what they think is right, and they're never going to really crack in their character. They're not really going to give in to any types of temptation or any types of, they're not going to be swayed from going against what they believe is true. And they have great self-esteem. They're very self-confident and sure of themselves. They know who they are, they know who they're not, and they're not really going to let anyone talk them into thinking otherwise. We also have here the spirit animal of the whale. So she is going to be one who almost seems like they have a lot of ancient wisdom. She may be very intuitive, very emotionally knowledgeable. What I mean by that is she may be able to read the emotions and energy in the room. She may be able to know what you're feeling without you quite having to tell her. She has a knack for diving deep. She may really enjoy exploring things, exploring depths, exploring the taboo, exploring the underworld of this life, and looking into things that, you know, may be esoteric or taboo or underworld again, or, you know, the things that people normally don't go into. Now, whale represents profound emotional health and stability. Okay, so this person, once again, is going to be someone you cannot shake or waver. She seems very mature. Someone who is, even if she's younger than you or young or just not even, you know, hasn't experienced her full capacity of age in this lifetime, she is going to seem very wise and, you know, very different from her age group. Even if she is an older woman, she's going to be, you know, centuries more wise than anyone around her. She just seems like she has this sort of all-knowingness to her, but we have this nobility coming in as well. So it's not an arrogance, but it is a very humble air. And it's almost like this enlightened Buddha type energy, but more reverence and more serious and more almost like a mountain, immovable in a way. So she's going to be very calm, very steady, and deeply compassionate. This card is also great inner strength and just great inner stability. So again, very strong foundation. She does seem like she would be a foundation for you, and she's just immovable in herself. So we also have here the card, the Present. And this card reads, gifts, treasure, revelation of own value, and nowness. So this woman is going to seem like a gift. Okay, when you meet her, you're going to be thinking, like, how does a person like this exist? Like, I can't believe this person is with me. She's going to seem like a miracle, like a gift, like a straight up blessing from the universe. Now, we also have revelation of own value. So she might access you in a way that she's going to show you things about yourself that you may not have realized before and put you into a different light. And in that, you are going to realize within yourself your own greatness and your own beauty and your own value. And why is that? It's because this person is someone who is already super confident and super strong within themselves, that they're able to show you that aspect of you for you as well. Now we also have nowness and the present. So this is my favorite part about this person. This person will have a great habit of being able to anchor you into now, pull you into the present. If you are an overthinker, or if you are someone who, you know, is up late at night, or, you know, nightmares, bad dreams, even as far as for some of you PTSD or just overthinking or anxiety or depression, she pulls you out of it and she brings you into the present. Now, I don't want to make it sound like this person is going to fix you, because that is definitely not it, but you are definitely going to be learning a lot from this person, because again, she's just ages wiser than everyone around her, and she's just very strong and, you know, immovable within herself, so confident and just knowing of herself that you cannot really shake her. And because she has these traits about herself, she's able to share it with you, and you kind of learn how to be that way as well. And so she does bring you back into the present in the beginning stages. She is the type of person to kind of snap you back into reality, the kind of person to, you know, make things clear for you. So yes, she does bring in a lot of change, but she also brings you to reality. So it's like if you're up at night and you're just overthinking, she's able to talk you through it. She has a soft voice. She's able to kind of pull you out of it and reassure you and kind of make you feel better again and make you realize that you are in this present moment. It's very much the feeling that if some of you who meditate, if you know that feeling once you finally get in meditation, once you reach that state of just being in the present and everything just drops away and everything feels wonderful, that is definitely the feeling that you will get with her and talking to her and just being with her. So, anyways, that was your reading. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did not, that's completely okay. But if you did, leave me a comment, maybe like, maybe even subscribe. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I wish you guys the best of luck in love and life. And I will see you next time. Bye!